G'day all, welcome back to Dad vs Son. Our playthrough of the last 100 yards from GMT. We're at time 18. We're about to get on with the next turn, next video. And I just wanted to say thank you to Cy Brooks, who pointed out a few things that I was screwing up. To do with fire resolution and suppression and stuff like that. So I will try and get that right from now on. So first things first, let's get into it. Initiative. The Germans held it last time, so they have a +2. And they get a 5 to a 3, so they retain initiative. So we need to look at coordination, and they do have coordination if they want it. So let's have a look. Okay, so I think we will coordinate. We're going to do third platoon first. So we'll do the mandatory stuff first. So I'm going to do we'll start here. We're going to do the recovery for second squad. So they need a 6 or less. Oh, a 10. Ooh, now. Recovery, disruption, regrouping, recovery. It's not less than their cohesion, but unmodified die roll of 10 is heroism. Oh. Okay, so this guy is now a hero, which means he has to go diddly-bopping up towards him. So we know that. Okay, we'll do the recovery for Rolf. So a 6 or less, and he fails. So he is going to be able to do something as well. Okay, now we have the regroup here. So the regroup is for him, +1 is 6. And they fail the regroup. Oh, no. They fail as well, but it's a 10 again as well. But we do have a platoon leader there. Heroism, if the unmodified die roll equals 10. Well, it's not an unmodified die roll because we have a -1 because we have a... Oh, hang on a tick. Can the platoon leader actually do anything with the regroup? Let's have a quick look. That would be leaders, see platoon leaders. Platoon leader effects, sequence of play, fire, recovery, 12-5. Right, well, no, hang on a tick. Regrouping. If the modified die roll is less than it, then the best unit. So the leader's not a unit, so it's a 5. If the unmodified die roll is equal to 10, the hex occupied by is within 5 hexes of a enemy unit, a single one, blah blah. But can the leader, as its sole action for the game, now that's a, as its sole action for the game turn, a platoon leader can assist in the recovery of units with the same platoon ID and any adult in its current once per game turn. Alternate may maneuver to assist the recovery of a subordinate unit in a different. Platoon leaders that are disrupted in an assault or primary impact hex or recovered from disruption in the same game turn cannot assist in the recovery of another unit. Okay, so he cannot assist. Right. So they don't regroup, but this guy, I believe, becomes heroic as well. Okay, so let's do that. So this guy becomes heroic, but this whole group is still on -1 fire. Okay, so that's that platoon done. So now they have to do shit. So this guy has got to maneuver. And the bestest he can do is 3 movement points or 2 hexes, which would put him either here or here. And I think this is the best place to go. So he is going to go 1, 2 hexes into there. And then these guys, he again has to move up towards him. So do we take leader man as well? And I think we do. 1, 2 up to there as well. And then we've got this fella here who can maneuver or shoot. So let's just put our maneuver on these guys. Now he could shoot into here because these guys are in the open, which for a range 10 unit of 4 hexes would be a -1 +1 is a 0 on these guys. So that is what he is going to do. He is going to fire there for a 0 on those guys. Righto, now we can look at 2 platoon. So we'll start with this little guy here. He's going to try and recover. 6 or less. He gets an 8 and he doesn't recover. So he has got to do something. So he is going to fire on them as well. No, he can't fire on them because he's disrupted. Okay, so he could assault into here, which would be a 1-1. So we're going to do that. So he is going to assault, which means he's going to move to here, like that. These guys here have a regroup. So 6 or less, and they do. So that's done. And they can now go for it. So these guys are going to assault into here as well, are they? Are they really? Yes, they are. So they're going to come to here and assault into here, like that. Which leaves this little man here, who is going to go 1, 2, and maneuver into there. And he gets a maneuver marky, like that. And the Germans have completed their activation, so now we have reaction. So we've got a regroup over here, which we need to look at first. So 6 or less, 6, and he regroups. Okay. If we bring fire on him, he's in the open at 3 hexes is a -1, +1 is 0 for his shooties. So we get a 0 onto this guy, like that. Now he's coming this way, so therefore we're actually firing into his rear for an enfilade, so that's a 1. So we have firepower of 1, enfilade for 1 is 2, but -1 for range, so we're down to 1. Okay, so he has a 1 against him, and I think machine gun man. Oh, sorry. So let's do what we're doing. Machine gun man here is going to fire on these guys as a reaction. And he's firing for 1. +1 for proximity is 2. So they take 2, which leaves these guys. Now, they could move back into this hex to help with that. Couldn't they? Which would be really cheeky. And I think we will. So they are going to maneuver back into here, like that. Now, does that mean that the fire comes in on all of them? And it does. So let's just leave them like that. We'll leave that there like that. Which leaves this guy. And these guys just all maneuvered to here. And we've got a couple of heroes and stuff like that. I think we could run this guy back, or we could shoot. And I think, again, what we're going to do is we're going to try and knock these bastards down. So he's firing for 1. With proximity is 2. -1 for the trees is a 1. So it's getting messy. So we have a fire, maneuver, fire, fire, maneuver, assault, assault, maneuver, fire. Okay, so we can get rid of maneuvers now. So we'll get rid of that one. We can get rid of that one. Boom, boom. And we can get rid of that one as well. And everything else is a fire action. Good. Righto. So Germans were firing first. So he was firing into where? That 0, hang on. Yeah. So that 0 follows them in, but we didn't put anything for this. So he's at 1 for a 10. So that's a -1 into there because they're in buildings. Now, I don't think he gets the building thing because he was out in the open when they shot at him. So I don't think that really affects anything. I think that's right. It's all happening together, so we'll see how it goes. So anyway, this guy is firing. So German fires into here, and who else was firing into there? This guy was firing. I didn't put a duver on him. He fired down to here. Hang on, let's get this right. These guys were here. He fired. Oh, no, he fired at them. That's right, not there, dickhead. He fired at them there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah, 1 plus -1 is 0. So that then becomes in here, and they're all 0. Righto. Okay, I got it now. I'm not quite as silly as I look, but it helps. Okay, so a 0. And we get a 1. So nothing happens there. Okay. So that can go up there, and they're all in there. Then we've got this guy firing here for a 1, and this guy is a 6. And 1 is 7. Okay, so this guy here now is already disrupted, so he takes a wound. So this is 2 platoon. So we grab the 2 platoon, and it becomes that one. And get rid of those. This guy goes away. This guy goes there and is now taken his hit. And we have 1 casualty for the Germans. That's that fire. Right. Okay, then we've got this here firing into here at a +2. Yep. 5 and 2 is 7. And we've got a 6, and a leader man. So this guy, I don't want to take it off him, I don't think. No, because he'll go down to a 1. So we'll take it, oh, and he goes down to a 0. Yeah, we'll take, I don't want to lose the machine gun. Okay, so he is disrupted. Yeah, like that. And everybody else has to take a cohesion check. Okay. So this guy is a 6, plus the leader is a 7. He passes. And the leader is a 7, and he passes. Okay. So that fire is done. And then we have this guy firing into here. Okay. For a 1. A +1. Oh, nearly. Absolutely nearly. It rolled back from a 9. Okay, so we have a 6. And this guy is a 6. So we can use him. So they pass. Damn it, Janet. Okay, so that is done, which leaves this here for the assault. So let's just bring this down here. We have a leader, a squad, and a machine gun against a leader, a squad, a whatchamacallit, disrupted squad, and a machine gun. And this is an assault. Righto. So let's go through it. Okay. So we'll look at these guys first. They have a 6 initiative. Well, is cohesion differential. Well, we could go 7 to 7 or 6 to 6. It doesn't really matter. So there's no cohesion differential. Is there? No. So attack value is 1, 2, 3, 4. And this value is 4. But they're in a building which gives them a 1. Bum, bum, bum. So that would make it a -1 for the attack resolution. Let's just do that again. Assault resolution. Because I don't want to be a total numpty bump. 14. Because it's worked out for each. Okay. Each player determines the total assault value of their force by totaling the assault values of the units participating in the assault. So we have a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have a 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got a 0 outcome already. Each player refers to the assault value modifier tables and applies all to their force. And then subtract defender from Duva. Okay. Cohesion differential is the question then. Cohesion differential. (14) A. Provided both forces contain at least one combat unit with a cohesion value, compare the combat units with the best cohesion from each force. 6 to 6. If applicable, it's applied in positive, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, cohesion value, 6 to 6, no difference. Assault value, 4 to 4, no difference. But we have this guy in a building, so therefore it's going to be at a -1, and we'll use our red marker for assault for a change. I know it doesn't really make any real difference, but let's see if we can get it right. Oh, of course, and then I do a 1 rather than a -1 because I'm a bloody idiot. So the Germans are assaulting with a -1. Okay, here we go. 8 minus 1 is 7, so 6 to 9. It's not an urban assault. There's no vehicles. Attacking and defender passengers dismount. Defender retreats. Okay, so this is our defender. Now they can retreat up to 4 hexes, so they're going to retreat back to the church. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3 hexes. Retreating non-vehicular units conduct a cohesion check. Okay, so we are a 6 plus 1 is a 7 for cohesion. If we fail, so this guy is disrupted because he was our best unit. So then these guys have to do their own cohesion check. So for Jacko, passes. For second squad, passes. So machine gun has been disrupted. Check for leader loss. A 1. And I think it's a 1 is bad. No. Leader. See, platoon leader's idiot. Platoon leader loss. Assault leader loss check. 14-3-5. 14-3-5. Each platoon leader that participates must conduct a leader check. And suffers a casualty on a die roll of 1 or a 10. A casualty. So he becomes a casualty. So let's just put him up there. So we've had a casualty, so we go back to 0, I believe. Okay. Mark undisrupted attacking, defending non-vehicular units as regrouping. Non-disrupted. So this guy is regrouping, this guy is disrupted, like that. This guy can go on top. These guys are regrouping. Like that. He goes on top. That goes away. That goes away. And I think that's right. Wow. Okay. Do I need to check that casualty track? Casualty track. Casualty points. 21.2 casualties. Tracking 20.4. Casualty marker used to track the current, blah, 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 blah. When a combat unit suffers a casualty, is destroyed, or as a result of overstacking, the casualty marker is adjusted to effect. For each casualty the attacking player suffers, the casualty marker is moved one box to the left. For each casualty the defending player suffers, the track is adjusted accordingly when a unit is returned to play due to a move. When a combat unit suffers a casualty. A leader is not a combat unit, I don't believe. So there we go. Okay. This is dragging, I'm sorry. Righto, so we've done that. We've done assault resolution. There's no mortifier. Time lapse. So time lapse is a 4 rolled by the Germans, and a 4 is 3. So we go from 18 to 21 minutes. Okay, and then we go into the cleanup. We don't have any overwatch or motion markers. Place returning platoon leaders. 13, 3, 4, 1. 13, 3, 4, 1. Remove the platoon leader from play and place it 7 minutes ahead of the current time. Once the time lapse marker reaches or exceeds that box, the removed leader is then returned to play. A returning platoon leader is placed concealed with any unit of its platoon or hidden if the hex contains a hidden unit. Platoon leader loss effects. Units of an activated platoon, including any support without a platoon leader, are limited to reactions for which they are eligible, or mandatory actions by the active player. Okay, righto. So 7 minutes. So we're at 21. So he goes to 28. So we lose Jackson until then. Okay, we've done that. Recombine squads? No. Conceal any units, not unit. Okay, Americans. In line of sight. In line of sight, 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 in line of sight. Nobody's concealed. Reset counter orientation and record earned promotion points. We're not doing that. Check whether the mission objective or victory conditions have been met. And the answer is no, because we have the Germans have got enough little buildings, but they don't have the church. So they've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 5 buildings they need, but they don't have the church. So that's that. And I believe that's it. So we'll call it quits there and see where we go. Righto. Take care. Bye for now.